is it going, guys? Linux Daily back with another distro review. A little late upload on this one. I didn't get around to recording it the other day. But we're going to be taking a look at Linux Lite. Simple, fast, and free. Looks like we're getting bombarded with ads here. It is a lighter weight distribution given by the name Linux Lite. It's built off of Debian and Ubuntu. Requirements: 1 GHz processor, 768 megs of RAM. So it looks like it can run on really bare bones hardware. So if you have that really old computer lying around, this one will be perfect for that. So it looks like there's a 64-bit right here. I don't know if they have 32-bit. Yeah, right here, 32-bit right here. Download it from there. I will be downloading the 64-bit for this video. But some of the features, it's free, of course. Free software, desktop, internet, multimedia. There's Linus Torvalds. Yeah, it looks like a just a regular Linux distribution, but can run on really light hardware, kind of like a Peppermint Linux or Arch Linux. If you're talking about the regular Arch Linux, with like a really light desktop environment. But yep, with all that being said, let's get to the initial install and review. Alright guys, we are at the bootloader of Linux Lite here. So start Linux Lite, safe mode, install now, and some other options: boot from the hard disk, run memory test. I'm going to do install Linux Lite now. Click out of this little arrow. I don't know why my cursor is so big nowadays. But yeah, it looks like a Ubuntu kind of boot screen. So it is booting up here from the ISO image. Alright guys, it is at the install. Now, I don't know why it's not full screened. Well, I guess this is just a little window. I have it running in scaled mode, by the way, if you couldn't tell already. Click continue. And, yep, so English US is the right keyboard. Download. I'm going to do that. And download updates. And click continue. Erase disk and install. You could have options for encrypt or use LVM, but I'm just going to do the default erase disk and install. I'm not using any encryption. But if you wanted to be a little bit more secure, you might want to use those. Or you could set up multiple partitions yourself and configure it from there, but I do not recommend that for a newer user. I'm picking my LinuxDaily username here and type in a very secure password. Click continue. Require password at login is selected by default. Now it's going to copy over files and install. So I believe it's going to take a while, so I'll get back to you when that is complete. Alright guys, it looks like the installation is complete. You need to restart the computer and all that. So I will click restart now. And it shall reboot here. Please remove the installation medium and press enter. So I'm going to do that actually up here. Click that and take out the CD or ISO file and press enter. I don't know what is going on. My cursor is a little bit bigger than it should be. I think it installed correctly, because it did give us a little bit of those errors. And here we are at our login screen. Tap in a very secure password. So it is currently still loading the desktop environment. I do not know exactly which one it is. Lightweight. Like I said earlier, it is a very lightweight. I'm going to click off of that and click close. Alright, so now that we're all set, we got multiple workspaces. I'm not a big fan of those. I'll just remove that. So it looks like it has like more of a Windows kind of feel. So if we go down to so I'm gonna see what comes currently installed here. Install updates. And that is neat how you can do that right from the favorites menu. So we go here under settings, about me, accessibility, appearance, Bluetooth, desktop. You can change backgrounds and all that there. Manage drives and media. That's kind of like a G-parted utility, I believe. File manager. Thunar is what it is. What comes pre-installed with it. Firewall. Install drivers. Keyboard. Light desktop. Light auto login. So it looks like these are desktop environment specific right there. So this is just all the settings, and you get XFCE terminal. So I'm going to assume that XFCE is what comes with it. Under accessories, you get archive manager, backups, calculator, file search, fonts, home folder, which is just brings you to your file browser, Thunar, screenshot, and text editor. Under graphics, you get GIMP, image viewer, and scanner. You get Firefox under internet. That's another Linux Lite thing. Network connections. I believe that's an XFCE thing. And a Thunderbird, which comes on a lot of Linux distributions. Under multimedia, CD DVD burner, VLC, and volume control, which you could also do right down at this side of the screen. Under Office, you get LibreOffice. Doesn't look like all of them though. And PDF viewer. Add or remove stuffer. So that's your application manager right there. You can download packages there. We'll take a look at that later on. NTFS. Partition drives. That's more like your G-parted right there, or your CF disk. Printers, resource usage, system information, system logs, task manager, time shift, and again the terminal. Let's see how well this is. Brings up the HTOP utility. 4.9%, not 0% of the CPU, so it is running really light. It is running quite light. So let's try to do some theming here. So where was that at? System information. Well, actually, let's click this first. Linux Lite 4.2. Got my CPU, my RAM in kilobytes. Motherboard. So it just shows full system specs. And you get into detail a lot. Kernel modules and all that. You can even view your environment variables from here, which is quite neat. So let's do some theming here. I'm not quite sure which one is under. Settings manager, settings editor. Yeah, I just saw that. Let's just do like desktop. here, right here. So it looks like we got quite a few of them. I'm gonna go pick this waterfall. Or this, no, I'll pick the waterfall. Menus. And icons. Pick an icon theme, it looks like. There's not a whole lot of other theming options you can get from the menu itself. Let's just type in like theme. Yeah, it doesn't really look like a whole lot is coming up. Maybe there's something in the applications manager. It opens up Synaptic. Yeah, so this is Synaptic. I'm not a big fan of this one as well. So you can do search and like, well, I guess it's probably not going to come up. So yeah, I'm not a huge fan of however you pronounce that, package manager. Yes, it looks like that's the only one. Besides the one in the terminal. Not terminal preferences. I'll just click down here. I do like this theme and what it's doing. Yeah, so it looks like it's not even in the repositories. What about... Yeah, that one's not in there either. But it looks like apt is our package manager, given that it is built off of Ubuntu. So here's our actual control panel. I wish I knew about this one beforehand. Panel, file manager. So if you're under a laptop right here, that's probably what you want to use. You want to change up your power settings, but I am on a VirtualBox, so that is not a big deal. Light tweaks. What is under settings editor? Well, that's the settings for XFConf. And I accidentally got out of control panel. So appearance. Oh, here's how you change the themes of it. So that looks like this looks like Windows 95. I'm just trying to find a good theme that I like. And that looks like default dark. This looks like a Windows Vista kind of feel, which I'll just leave it on here. So you do get Firefox user files, brings it to your home directory. So yeah, that is pretty much it as regards to Linux Lite. It is a neat little Linux distribution, good for a older system. Doesn't probably have the best specs, but yeah, really lightweight. I would probably recommend this one to a new user, except for the Synaptic package manager. Can be a bit confusing. Not my favorite one by no means, but it is a neat Linux distribution. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. I will catch you in the next one.